it goes right there. Ow! That's gonna hurt.
Welcome to TNT Homesteading. Join us as we spend our first full year here on our 10-acre off-grid homestead.
Hey y'all, welcome to TNT Homesteading. This is Terry. Saturday morning, I've gone to the grocery store already. I've been to the feed store, went to the hardware store, and it's now time to get to work. I really need to mow, but the mowing project, you can't see it because of the greenhouse. I'm waiting on parts. They're supposed to be in today, and hopefully at some point today I'll be putting that back together. Got new blades, new spindle, got the belt on and it's working now. I'll change the oil filter, air filter, and it'll be like new. So until then, it's time to work on the garden. I did want to show you the blackberry plants are doing great. I now have green on the elderberry. On both of them. And of course the other 3 blackberry plants are doing really well. I realized I still need to put up a better fence, and that I hadn't done that. But this is today's project. I really like to get a lot of this cleaned up if all possible. I want the grass out. I'm going to try to bust up or dig out some of these rocks, some of these tree stumps. If I can't dig them out, I want to at least get them further down. So that's the plan. It's a warm day. It's supposed to be in the 80s today. When is it? It's mid-April. So I'm not looking forward to that. I'm already getting warm. But if I want to garden, I don't get to be picky about the weather. Anyway, y'all, I guess I'll get the shovels out and breaker ballers out and see what all I can get done. I knew there were a lot of rocks in there. I just didn't realize how many or how big. There's my pile so far. That one there on the top, I thought was going to kill me. I got another big one on the bottom there and a whole bunch of small ones. In here, I've got one tree ready to get the chainsaw to where I can just get it finished cut off. I'm working on another one, but there's still a big rock there I wanted to get up, and that's underneath the root of that tree stump. I've got one small tree stump over here I need to get up. But other than that, I've got about half this space done in about 3 hours or so. I have managed to get a blister on the inside of my thumb, even though I was wearing gloves, so fun times. You can tell I'm a keyboard jockey and not a person that actually works for a living. Physical labor anyway. But work's been cut short. They could use some help at church. They got a funeral today and could use someone to run the soundboard, so I'm gonna clean up and go up there and help out. Just got to get the chicken feed emptied and the water unloaded from the truck and a quick shower. And I'm running out of time, so I better get off here. All right, so I'm back from church, from the funeral, and that was a really nice one. And when I got home, the parts of the lawnmower are here. So I'm able to get that done and maybe get some mowing done. First of all, I wanted to show you these blades. If you follow us on Facebook, you've already seen these. We've had a few rocks. Pretty sure that's not what they're supposed to look like. So I did bust a spindle, as I said before on a previous video. So I went ahead and bought 2 new spindles. I figured I've got the deck off. It was only a few dollars more to get the second spindle, and it will save me from having to mess with that in the future. So here's the new spindle, and it's just going to fall. I'll place it right there and flip it over, and it came with new bolts, which are really long. but I'll just bolt it in, and we'll do the same on the other side. Pretty easy to just take these 4 bolts off. I messed that one up trying to get the blade off. But I'll take the 4 bolts off the other side and do the same on it. Now, I don't know if it was because I said it should be easy, probably because I said it out loud, but I had that break off of the spindle I just took off, which thankfully I'd already busted the bolt loose. I don't know if trying to get that undone is what broke it, or if it's just been broken for a while and holding on with the other 3. Now it's time to put on the new one. Thankfully, it also uses the same 1/2 inch. Ow. These have to be greased. My last ones didn't, but maybe that's part of the problem. Anyway. I just place it in here and thread it on. And I don't know if you need to or not, but I always treat anything with more than a couple nuts, same way I would with the tire. I go crisscross. And that's it. Once I get the other one on, there's no reason I can't go ahead and put the belt on, or the blade on now. There is a star pattern on these that you just have to line up to put on there. And now I gotta go find the nut that I took off the old one because they didn't come with new ones. Well, that didn't take long. They were just behind it. This one was still on the old one. That's good for right now. I'll tighten it in a little bit, and then I'll find my grease gun and check this. If it doesn't come with any instructions, I'll go ahead and try greasing it. If it came with instructions, it may say you don't need to, but I'll look that up in a minute. And here is what they look like side by side when they're not broken. There we go. Again, these did not need to be greased, and this one does. Now these bolts, these nuts rather, on the blades take a 15/16 socket or wrench if you got one to tighten them up. I actually, getting these off was a beat down. The only thing I actually have big enough to do these is this torque wrench, which is actually probably good anyway. But now that those are tightened, I guess I need to go see if I can find my grease gun. And I did find it. Hopefully there's grease in it. I think there is. And there were no instructions to this. And either there's a problem with my grease gun, or it's getting low, or both. It's not wanting to spring back, so I had to wait a little bit between each push of the gun. And right there is what I was talking about. You can see a little bit of the grease coming out the top there. So that's what to expect when you're greasing them. Now, for many of you, you probably know that. But there's some people that don't. So that's what you're looking for. So I put the mowing deck back together. I've put the belt through. And so the only thing left to do is slide it back underneath the mower and hook it up. Now what I'll do, I'll try to tell you, but what I'm going to do is slide it up forward and get this belt around that front pulley, and then pull it back and make it a little tight, and then hook everything up. So now that the deck's back underneath here, I need to get the mowing deck put back onto the mower. You can see this piece right here attaches here, and you can adjust that from the height of the gauge here. It tells you how high your mowing is. I always put it on the lowest setting whenever I'm putting this back together or taking it off. Then I lift it all the way up whenever I'm sliding it in and out. I'm going to try to do this here so you can see. But this is just spring loaded. Oh, there it goes right there. Ow! That's going to hurt. I think I need 2 hands. All right, you can see it there, down, and then that little pin is slid right into that hole. And that's all I need. Do one on the other side and do one on the front. All right, that's in place. I got a little carried away. I should have put this on before I slid it back underneath there and connected it. It's doable, it's just more difficult. This will go through that. I believe it attaches right there. I was wrong. It attached there. And this goes here. Now I've got a problem with this. I had a pin like this either break or come missing. It goes right here, and this was more important than this. I may just use a wire to hold this in place. I'll get a new one. I'm also going to look around and see, but there's so many leaves around I don't know if I can find it. But that should work for the moment. The only thing left to do now is to attach the front. I found it and was able to get it put on. Same for that one. It just slides in the hole and that pin just goes through the end of that. I had just changed the oil, so I need to check and make sure I've got enough oil in there or see if I have to add a little more. And we should be ready to get mowing again. I'm going to at least try to go mow out at the road where it looks like we're an abandoned property, and that's usually not good. You don't want to make your place look like no one lives there. Anyway, let me get all my tools picked up. Check that oil. I guess the only thing left to do now is mow. Well, it's back together. It works, and it's going to be like a brand new mower. We've had this for probably 10 years, and we got it used from my wife's aunt and uncle. So, I believe. We got it used, that's all I know. And yeah, I'll at least get another season or 2 out of it. I spent about $130. Not too bad. Anyway, we're smoking some sausage and some pork chops for dinner. And I'm going to mow while that smokes. Anyway, y'all, thanks for watching. God bless. See you on the next video. Bye.